So we are going to be harvesting the some garlic today, not all the garlic. 2 garlics are ready. And we're gonna, dig them up. We're harvesting the Ajo Rojo and the Cuban purple today. Out of all of the hundreds of garlics we have here. I don't know, probably, what do you think, that's gonna be 70?
I know that I plant about like 50 to 60 per row, so it's probably about.
Well, not all of them grow, but it looks like most of them took. So.
It's probably about 50, somewhere between 50 and 60.
And these are going to be smaller heads, well, not the Cuban purples maybe, but
the Ajo Rojo.
The Ajo Rojo is going to be a smaller head because it's not really meant for this climate, but we like the flavor, so we grow it anyway. Here we have all of our first row of garlic here, and these are fairly small heads. But we grow these this way because we like the flavor of these. We're not growing them for the size. There are probably other ones here. Cuban purple are probably a little bigger. You might notice our volunteer potato in here, maybe not. So what I'll do here with these is I'll tie these loosely. I don't want, maybe even 2 different bundles maybe. But I don't want, what can happen while these are drying, we'll hang these up to dry. They can get moldy or a couple other things depending on how humid it is if they're not dried correctly. So I'm going to just tie these in 2 different bunches. With the same string, and when I hang them, they'll be hanging close to each other, and we'll tag them so we know what they are, because we have so many different types of garlic. It can get confusing which one's which. I'll hang this far apart from like the ceiling of something, and then they'll dry.
Many of our other garlics will be a lot larger than those 2 types of garlics. Usually we'll get a bulb that's about that size. We grow Russian red garlic, Killarney, which are both rock and bowl hardneck garlics. We grow the 2 different types of Creole garlics, which you just saw one of them. But they're very small because they really are our southern garlic, those 2. They are meant to be grown down south. They grow really well down south. Not so well up north. They're excellent keepers. They last in your pantry for 9 months to 12 months, and they also are really, really good taste. Their taste is as good as a rock and bowl garlic, but the rock and bowl garlics, which we also grow 2 types of, they don't last long. They're not good keepers. They last about 3 to 6 months in storage, and then they start to grow on the inside and get soft. So that's why we started to try the Creole garlics, even though they're really not meant for a northern garlic. I don't feel that the flavor is worth the space that they take up, because we don't end up getting as much garlic for the space that they're in. And my philosophy is always about trying to maximize the output of food that we get from a space. Rob is more about flavor. So he would prefer to keep growing it because he likes the flavor of that garlic. And even though it's really small, the flavor is awesome. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a toss-up which way we're going to go right now. But we're going to continue to harvest, and in another couple of days, no more than a week, we'll probably be harvesting our next garlic.
So we got our Cuban purples here. These are not as big as we had last year. They are a little smaller, so we might stop growing these. So just really, obviously Cuba, not really meant for our climate either. But these were bigger last year, but we only have a couple larger ones, and we pulled up a shallot, which looked ready to be pulled. So garlic and shallots for lunch. What can we do with that? Fresh garlic is awesome.
The onions may be ready sooner than I was thinking. They're splitting themselves, but we are now going to label the garlic, and we're going to probably keep it in the box temporarily, right? Because you want to explain that part?
Because we're going to hang it in the summer. Because where we were hanging it, we have chickens now, so we don't want chicken dust all over our garlic.
Right. So we were hanging the garlic in the shed. But we now have chickens.
It needs good airflow.
Again, and garlic needs good airflow.